God's so-called will to be done.
Where will you go, my mage?
I'm going to find a way to initiate Armageddon myself. I will go wherever that path takes me. I am tired of waiting down here. This never-ending corruption of the heart of man has not achieved my goal. This so-called Armageddon brings about my rule and domain over these creatures. One could die of old age waiting on God's plan.
We have been denied for far too long. I wonder if these so-called prophecies are even true at all.
They are more lies, just as he lied to us when he spoke of his love for us so many ages ago. We went to war against his armies because of his lies. This is no longer about patiently waiting out the plan of God. It is clear to me now that no such plan exists. You have seen the hearts of man. I say they have peaked. War, famine, murder, they have all reached a fever pitch. And I say it is time. Getting sloppy. Prepare my son Damien. I will find a host for him. Together, we will bring about the rise of my empire and the fall of man. First, we will crush the churches. Then, heaven itself. It is simply a matter of just finding the right soul.
President. Mr. President. Mr. President. Mr. President. Get a picture of you, Mr. President. Get a picture of you right here, Mr. President. Mr. President. Here, Mr. President. Please, sir. Get a picture of you, Mr. President. Get a picture of you right here, Mr. President. Mr. President. Here, Mr. President. Please, sir. Get a picture of you, Mr. President. Mr. President. Here, Mr. President. Over here. Please, sir. Get a picture of you, Mr. President.
Please calm down. As of right now, the situation is under control.
Mr. President, can you tell us at this time what your administration's response to a nuclear launch by Syria will be?
We would view any launch from Syria as an aggressive and detrimental act. The Syrian government has made it very clear of its intent to push our allies in Israel into the sea. We are obligated to our allies in this manner. Any attack against an ally of the United States would be considered an attack against the United States itself.
Mr. President, is that to say that you're prepared to go to war with the Syrians?
As of right now, we are working on all available diplomatic avenues. I am completely confident that we can come to an agreeable solution for all parties. But all options are on the table. Thank you. No more questions.
Mr. President. Mr. President. Mr.
President.
They're going out of their minds in there.
Well, it's a critical situation, Mr. President. We knew those damn missing weapons would show up again eventually somewhere. Now we know where they are. If the Syrians launch...
All the more reason to act as quickly as possible.
Mr. President, the Prime Minister of Israel wants to discuss strategy in case the Syrians launch.
Get him on the phone for us, Mr. Alatriste.
Yes, sir.
Mr. President, we have a portion of our naval fleet in position to respond to any potential threat coming out of Syria. Our anti-missile systems are all online, but this would end up being one hell of a test for the system.
What's our chances of shooting down any missiles launched?
I can guarantee we'll knock out any bird in the air, sir. It's a new and untested system, but its capabilities exceed anything that the Syrians have got in their arsenal.
What's the status of the Syrian launch preparations?
Satellite surveillance indicates they've been readying the launching pads to carry out their threats. But so far, they haven't perched anything on them.
I want to be sure we're ready to scramble a sortie if they put anything on that pad, gentlemen.
Mr. President, I've been in touch with my Israeli army counterparts. They've assured me that they will be way ahead of us in the event that occurs.
Well, who could blame them? They are in the crosshairs.
The Prime Minister's on the phone, Mr. President.
We have to handle this, General Anderson. An Israeli strike could bring the rest of the Middle East down on the side of the Syrians, and then we'd have a serious problem.
Yes, sir.
Joseph, I hope you are doing well. Yes, I understand. We have assets in your area, too. Yes. What we'd like to do... Right, well... It's tough over there right now, and I understand your concern. I want to assure you, you have our support. We will come to your aid if needed, but diplomacy must go... Yes, I understand. Yes, right, well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. Yes. Okay. You have a good evening, too.
Mr. President?
The Prime Minister has informed me an Israeli counterstrike is already in the preparation stages. They are heavily considering a preemptive nuclear attack against Syria. I need for our special forces to get hot. I want them to act in a moment's notice if needed.
Yes, sir. Right away.
I need the Pentagon to draw up a few scenarios for me to consider.
Yes, sir. We'll get back to you ASAP.
We've known it could come to this for some time, Mr. President.
Yes, we have, Mr. Alatriste. Nothing prepares you for this.
Cuba was his challenge. This is yours.
What?
Yesterday you were talking about Kennedy and the Cuban Missile Crisis, and what he must have been thinking and feeling as he sat in that chair. I would suggest, sir, that now you know. This is it. This is all part of it. Being a leader and making those decisions that affect the lives of millions and even billions of people. Couldn't have been easy for him to make those decisions, to make those calls, but he did because he was a special person that stood up and did it. I believe, sir, that you are too. And I know that no matter what, you'll make the right call for the right reasons.
Thank you, Manny. If you would excuse me.
Call me if you need anything, sir.
You know, he is right. You will rise to this occasion.
I hope so. I hope I can do my part to prevent an escalation of biblical proportions. Entire civilizations could be at risk, including our own.
I remember many years ago, a young man took me out for Chinese. I remember getting so sleepy from the MSG I could hardly stand. He got on one knee, asking me to be his wife. That night, here we are. Not fighting of the sleepy effects of MSG, but facing the downfall of civilization. We're still together, and are always going to be through it all. Whatever happens, whatever you do, I will be here by your side the whole way. And I know you'll do the right thing. Without a second's hesitation or doubt, I know you will.
How can you be so confident?
You did marry me, didn't you? So you are capable of doing the right thing. What was it you used to tell me your mother said about you? That you had a private line all to yourself, straight to God. Maybe you should do what you did back in those days. Give him a call.
You know, Allison, I really don't deserve you.
I know. Your daughter and I are ready for our flight tomorrow.
Yes. I need to get up there and say goodbye to her. You guys are going to be gone for a week. Don't know how I will survive.
You'll manage. Besides, you have the boys to keep you in line.
Welcome back, my master. Did you find what you were looking for?
All this time, I've been corrupting the heart of man as a whole, gaining souls for our pleasure. But now I realize what I must do. I must corrupt the heart of one man, the so-called most powerful man in the world. I think it is time for us to introduce ourselves to him.
Who's there? Security, we have a breach in the Oval Office. Security!
You can't do this! I'm the President of the United States! No! No! You can't do this! No!
Sweet sounds of hell, how they soothe my soul. Wait, that's right, I have no soul. But you, yes, your soul is very pure, a real find and challenge. I have personally chosen you. It is you who will be my very hand push forward my will upon this world. It is you who will be my voice, and it is you that will bring all things out of balance. I'll be the spark which ignites the flames of my revenge. Yes, welcome to the dawning of a new age, my son.
Holy God.
Oh no! Allison! No! Allison! Holy God!